दिल्ली ने जिस तरह की राज्य सरकार देखी है वो किसी आपदा से कम नहीं है।
आपदा दिल्ली में नहीं आई, आपदा भाजपा में आई हुई है। और जो काम दिल्ली सरकार कर रही है उस काम को लोग आपदा नहीं आशीर्वाद कहते हैं।
So, ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set for the capital clash in the heart of the nation. Delhi. The Election Commission has announced that the dates, and save it Delhiites, you will have to vote on the 5th of February. It's the middle of the week, so don't even think of making it a long weekend and going off to the hills. And it will be counted on Saturday, the February of 8th. With that, the battle lines are drawn. A high-stakes showdown between the Aam Aadmi Party, the BJP and the Congress. But more than the political parties, this election is also about the brand value of two of India's most influential and electorally successful leaders, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and three-time Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. Now, Arvind Kejriwal's Aam Aadmi Party is facing its toughest election till date. The party, which was born from the anti-corruption movement in 2013, is now at the receiving end of corruption charges. Kejriwal himself has been arrested by the ED and CBI over the alleged involvement in the Delhi excise policy scam. His lieutenant Manish Sisodia also spent 17 months in jail in the same case. In fact, the Delhi model, which once dominated headlines, has now been overshadowed by this entire hullabaloo over Arvind Kejriwal's so-called sheesh mahal, where the former chief ministers allegedly been splurging people's money. Those are, of course, the biggest charges leveled by the BJP, which has tried to make corruption its pole plank. But the BJP is desperate, and it shows. The Saffron Party is banking on consistent performance in the national elections, where it continues to sweep all 7 seats, only to be met with a drubbing just a few months later. And its desperation is showing in the comments of people like Ramesh Biduri, so an MP, a former MP who was not given a seat last time but has now been pit against the Delhi Chief Minister. Once again, the biggest weakness seems to be the fact that they don't have a chief ministerial face against Arvind Kejriwal, which is why they're relying once again on the Modi magic. They're aiming to extend their dominance across the region, with recent victories in Haryana and Maharashtra giving them fresh momentum. And then there's the X factor, the Congress, which for so long under Sheila Dikshit was seen as the dominant force in the Congress in Delhi, but in the last 3 elections has only won 8 out of a combined 210 seats. Its fall in Delhi has been dramatic, and it is struggling to make its presence felt. Now, while the Prime Minister and Arvind Kejriwal leading from the front, the Congress could turn out to be the kingmaker, especially with political bigwigs like Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra leading the campaign, but not in the way perhaps they would want it to, because all votes which the Congress manages to secure will probably be from the Aam Aadmi Party's kitty. What does that mean for the India bloc unity at large? So here we are. It's a triple threat. Aam Aadmi versus BJP versus Congress. One throne, 3 contenders. The big question is, who has Dilli wala ka dil? The election season is upon us, and let's go across to my guests. We have spokespersons being joined from all the 3 parties concerned. Anjali Rai, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Neoma Gupta, spokesperson of the BJP. Ishan, spokesperson of the Congress, and I'm also being joined by Anil, Tyagi, to try and help me make sense of this entire matter here, who's a senior journalist at this point. Let me start with Anjali Rai at this point. Anjali ji, isn't it ironic that right from the India Against Corruption days, Arvind Kejriwal was known for 2 things. He made them part of his brand, Kejriwal. One was the fact that he was strongly against corruption. He was birthed from the anti-corruption movement, and he insisted that I will always have an Aam Aadmi lifestyle. Today, the 2 biggest charges against him, ironically, are one of corruption and B, leading a VIP lifestyle.
Ritangshu, even now, Kejriwal ji is the most honest man in the politics. But since he hasn't taken bath in the washing machine of Modi ji, that's why he has been called dishonest, Beiman. And had he taken bath in Modi ji's washing machine like Ajit Pawar, Narayan Rane, Hemant Biswa Sarma, then he would have been also declared the honest man, and he would have also been added to the BJP party. But since he has been fighting against corruption since day one, he gave up his job. He was a very well-settled person in his services. You know that in revenue services he was working and he was commissioner, but he gave up his career just to fight against corruption, just to work for the downtrodden people. And that too, when he never knew that he's going to enter the politics, he never dreamt of becoming the chief minister. But since he is a threat to Modi ji, that's why he has been accused of all these allegations. But public of Delhi knows that he is the person who takes care of them, and he has provided a dignified life to the people of Delhi by giving free electricity, free education, free water, free health services, free bus rides for women, free Tirth Yatras to the people. Ask the poor people living in unauthorized colonies when they didn't have access to piped water, or they didn't have electricity connections. What was their life? And now they lead a dignified life. So I'm 100% sure that people of Delhi are definitely going to choose him. Now, second thing is about his lifestyle. He's a simple person. He has never cared for all these things. All these allegations made by BJP saying Sheesh Mahal, he has a mini bar in his house, he had a swimming pool in his house. Today, Sanjay Singh ji has invited the whole media to accompany him and visit CM's residence tomorrow at 11 a.m. and check what the BJP is saying. So let the truth come out. But at the same time, we also want to see the Raj Mahal of Raja Modi ji also, which is worth 2,700 crores. It is said the carpets they laid are worth
The Prime Minister stays
crores.
in the Prime Minister's residence, that is 7 LKM.
Yeah. Okay, but he wears 10 lakh of suit also, na? Nobody wears such expensive suits.
Okay.
It is said that he has 5,000 suits. It is said that he has 6,700 pair of shoes, which is very exceptional. We also want to see the truth behind that. So let him open the house and let everybody visit his house and find the truth.
Okay, I'm a bit intrigued that the Aam Aadmi Party, and I mean through you the Aam Aadmi Party, Anjali ji, is making it a comparison between the BJP, between Modi ji and Kejriwal, because I would think that the winning strategy of the Aam Aadmi Party in recent times has to be showing the fact that there is nobody within the BJP who can counter Arvind Kejriwal as a chief ministerial face. And on that point, let me get in Neoma Gupta ji. Neoma Gupta.
Hi.
The BJP has been out of power of Delhi for more than 25 years now. It's a very amazing stat which puts Delhi as inaccessible for the BJP as, say, West Bengal or a Tamil Nadu and Kerala. And it is mind-boggling given the fact that the BJP otherwise has been so successful in the rest of the north under Modi and Amit Shah's machinery. What are the lessons, if at all, that have been rectified? Because I still don't see a chief ministerial face from the Delhi BJP. Are we just waiting? Is the BJP's campaign entirely reliant on just anti-incumbency and Mr. Kejriwal to trip over himself?
Hi, good evening. Thanks for having me on your debate. And first of all, today the election dates are announced. So I would like to wish every political party all the very best for the upcoming elections. When it comes to Delhi, obviously it's the vote which speaks. And this time it's going to speak for progress, development, and also resurrection of Delhi because it seems to be in shambles. When it comes to BJP's work just in the past 10 years in Delhi, I'll give you a few accounts, such as the Yamuna floodplain restoration project, housing under the PM Yojana scheme, the Swachh Bharat, which has given many toilets, AIMS expansion, Pragati Maidan revamp, 2,700 crores was put in the ITPO complex just to give Delhi a world-class and state-of-the-art convention. Delhi Metro, when it comes to connections, roads, highways, the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway, the Eastern-Western Peripheral Expressway, the Delhi-Meerut Expressway, Dwarka Expressway. So when it comes to Delhi, it's always been a pivotal part of our thing. We've been good watchdogs when we have been sitting in opposition, making sure all the misendeavors of Aam Aadmi Party are constantly called out and corrections which have never been made should have been made. When it comes to the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, I have a couple of questions if I'm allowed to question her. And they're very simple 3 questions that, the CAG has raised. And of course, we have to. So if without any diversions, I'll go forward. The amount which was spent on your business blaster scheme, ma'am, was 54 crores. However, you spent 80 crores on the advertising. Why? For the Desh Ki Mentor scheme, something similar had happened. It was 1.9 crores and they spent only like 27.9 crores on the difference. So there was an enormous difference. The same thing happened in the Parali management scheme. Allocation was 0.77 lakhs and the promotional spend was 27.8 crores. One very well knows that the Supreme Court guidelines state that the government advertisements must serve to inform citizens benefiting from the schemes and not to waste money on public promotion. Further, when it comes to Sheesh Mahal, I'm actually really struggling to understand one thing. Why do they keep brushing off the Sheesh Mahal in terms of allegations so easily, as though you don't want the public to know that the CM spent like approximately 33 crores in renovating it on aesthetics during the COVID time. When it comes to the Prime Minister, I must start by saying the redevelopment you speak of is an overall crucial central vista project, part of the blocks such as the Common Secretariat, which will have 10 new government buildings, including the Shastri Bhavan, Udyog Bhavan, etc.
But Neoma, I'm sorry, how does the Central Vista project impact Delhiites? Yes, it is a matter of pride for the entire nation here, but this is, at the end of the day, this is, many will say this is a glorified municipal election. But you have raised some 3 questions. Let me get Anjali Rai to respond it so that we have a very brisk debate. Anjali Rai, there are 3... Okay, Neoma, very quickly, please.
Sorry.
Okay, Anjali ji, would you like to respond 3 specific questions over CAG, over Parali scheme and over Sheesh Mahal raised by Neoma Gupta? Would you like to respond to that?
I have answered about the Sheesh Mahal. They say Sheesh Mahal and we say Prime Minister House Raj Mahal. But I would like to ask questions also. There were few promises made by them. What has happened to them? Last time in their Sankalpa Patra in 2020, Prime Minister said that he is going to provide Pakka Makan to all the people, 50 lakh people living in Jhuggis. But till now, only 4,700 houses has been built. It means that this project is going to finish in 200 years. What happened? Why didn't they finish this project? No, let me finish. Hardeep Puri ji said that he will give ownership rights to all the people living in the unauthorized colonies. But it didn't happen till yet. What went wrong? And then many other things like land reforms were to be taken place. That has not taken place. Master Plan 2041 has not been notified, which should have been notified by now. Lal Dora was to be extended, which has not been extended till now. Land pooling policy was to be notified. It hasn't been notified as yet.
Okay, so you both got a list of promises which you feel have not been fulfilled or not have been answered.
Yes, and second thing.
No, but my point is, see, the point is, we have 4 weeks to go through this. I would appreciate if you answer my questions, if not, instead of just asking counter questions to each other, because we'll never, by that logic, we'll all be fighting different battles here. But let me get in the Congress perks at this point. Ishan Tyagi, spokesperson of the Congress, is joining me at this point. Ishan, let's be very honest. In the last 3 elections in Delhi, out of a combined total of 210 seats, your party won 8 seats. And that was 11 years ago, or 12 years ago almost. Since then, in the last 2 elections, your party won 0 seats. So let's be honest, even the most enthusiastic or the most optimistic Congressee is not expecting that your party will come to power on itself. It's hoping for a better performance. Will this better performance not come at the cost of weakening the Aam Aadmi Party and strengthening the BJP, which is supposed to be a #1 rival? Because a BJP voter is not likely to vote for the Congress party.
Ritangshu, first of all, good morning to my fellow panelists and the listeners of Mirror Now. So the first thing is, we, the Congress party, and our former Chief Minister, late Sheila Dikshit ji, we are the creators of the modern Delhi. The Delhi people are used to seeing many flyovers being built over the period of time, CWG games being successfully organized in Delhi, the metro network in Delhi being expanded to the farthest of the areas and getting the NCR also connected into that metro network. Both the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party have been playing with the emotions of the Delhiites for last 12 years. Aam Aadmi Party in the Assembly and the BJP in the Lok Sabha. Let me tell you how. The Aam Aadmi Party, Ritangshu, promised a few things. Let me list out a few things. Let me list out the 10 promises, and I would request my Aam Aadmi Party's fellow spokesperson to counter if she wants to. They promised that they'll open 500 new schools in Delhi.
I would request you to answer my question.
Just give me a list of
No. I'm sorry. I'm a bit annoyed. I'm a bit tired of everyone asking each of the questions and deflecting answers here. Let me be the one asking the questions. Ishan ji, answer my questions.
No, because Ritangshu, I'm not
Is it the right strategy to put two of your strongest leaders against two of the Aam Aadmi Party's strongest leaders? Are you not weakening your former ally and someone who's still with you at the central level?
No. So there are two lines which I can just say about the Aam Aadmi Party, and those are in Hindi. Let me tell you. रहबर मेरे कारवां के तुम हो नहीं सकते, रहबर मेरे कारवां के तुम हो नहीं सकते, रहजनों से बुरी तुम्हारी आदतें हैं. So the way in which the Aam Aadmi Party has been ripping off people of Delhi, so they cannot be with the Congress, and we will never fight elections with the Aam Aadmi Party. That is for certain. We will always fight against them. Now, coming to their promises, there were 500 schools that were promised by the Aam Aadmi Party. Just tell me 20 new schools that you have opened in Delhi. There were 20 new universities which were promised by the Aam Aadmi Party. Just list down 10 new universities which you have opened in the last 10 years. There was a promise of making increasing the number of hospital beds in Delhi to 30,000. Just give me exact figure how many new hospital beds have been added in Delhi. You speak about the women. Have you been paying women ₹1,000 in Punjab or not? Just tell me. Now, speaking about the teachers in the school, the Aam Aadmi Party promised that they will make the temporary teachers as permanent, which is a very big issue in Delhi. They have not even made a single teacher a permanent teacher in Delhi schools yet. The Aam Aadmi Party promised.
So again, once again, I'm sorry, all three parties are saying about a list of promises. Now,
in Yamuna River.
Okay. All three guests of my parties, of the political parties, have talked about things which have not happened.
Ritangshu, let me complete. Ritangshu, give me 10 seconds. Ritangshu, give me 10 seconds. Give me 10 seconds. The point is, Ritangshu, when you contest elections, when you go to people to ask for votes, you ask them, okay, these were my promises. First, there were 100 promises. These are the promises which I have fulfilled. These are promises which I have failed on. So there's an entire list of promises which the Aam Aadmi Party government has failed on. And you mind my words, you mark my words. The announcement of the dates which are announced today for the Delhi Assembly is the beginning of the end of the misgovernance, corrupt, and a fraud Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi.
The point is, Ishanji, that the terms corrupt, fraud and misgovernance did not work in the Congress party's lexicon when it applied to Aam Aadmi Party 7 to 8 months ago. At that point, when Mr. Kejriwal was in jail, the Congress party leaders marched with other India Bloc leaders saying that Mr. Kejriwal is being targeted and he's innocent. And now, suddenly 6 to 8 months later, there's this thing. No, 1 second. Now, let me have my say a bit here at this point. You know, the point is, it's been 8 months since I've been doing the urban debate, either as a producer or as an anchor. I just, on the top of my, no, 1 second. On the top of my mind, I have a list of issues which none of the three panelists have spoken about. And let me just remind you of what those things, of what Delhi has gone through in just the last 6 months. And I would like Mr. Anil Tyagi to get in this point here. Just 1 month ago, we went through a situation where the air quality in the national capital was above 500 in November. That was what happened in November. Then 2-3 months ago, in summers, there was a water crisis to a point that even posh areas were not receiving water properly.
Well,
that crisis went on till September. Then we had an issue. No, 1 second. Then we had an issue where we all remember what happened in Rajendra Nagar. Water logging, the desilting work was not done properly. 3 bright futures of our country were snuffed out because of the blame game that happened between the MCD and the Delhi police and all those things. The Yamuna is frothing and foaming. The air quality is still at a toxic level. We are not talking about these issues, Anil ji. Why is it that our politicians are continuously out of touch with issues that really matter in terms of Delhi's voters? infrastructure collapsing even in Lutyens, Delhi. Just 2 weeks ago, my colleague Nikhil did a report as to how in MDMC Delhi, escalators are not working, forget in the rest of the city. Has Delhi not fallen victim, Anil Tyagi, of the worst kind of blame game between the centre which operates the LG's office and the Aam Aadmi Party government?
Mr. Bhattacharya, people are laughing, when they are watching these spokespersons. And Delhi is ashamed that it is being ruled by these people and you can't breathe in the town. And Delhi is basically a town planning disaster. There is no clean water, there is no clean air, there is no clean Yamuna, and they are all making all lies. 10,000 crore rupees illegal corruption money is collected every month, every year, I'm telling you. There's so much corruption is there in Delhi. Can you believe it? One can't imagine it. Delhi has become the town of the encroachers. Influx of the population. This town within 10 years will completely be unlivable. Whatever these all political parties say. This town requires a serious planning. Can you believe it? BJP could have been on a much easier front. They don't have a chief minister candidate. Delhi's all Vaishya community is with Kejriwal, and on central level they are with Modi. What they are talking about? Irrespective of all this, the caste plays a role. BJP smashed their all leadership. Vijay Goyal, Harshvardhan, Sudhanshu Mittal, Tulsi Agarwal, all leaders they have smashed. They do not know from where they will get the leaders are not born in a day. Kejriwal has inculcated their leadership very wisely, though he tells lies all the time. And Delhi, I am telling you, this is a lesser evil choice before Delhi peoples. Delhi people know we are being cheated by all frauds. They are telling lies. They are not bothered about our concerns. They just want to capture Delhi by all means, either the BJP, Congress or AAP party. They have just messed up Delhi. People are laughing. People are in pain, I tell you. You go to Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital, you go to JP Hospital, you go any hospital in the town. It's in a mess. It is not in the mess. Even in the whole country, this is the situation. People are, trapped because people do not have the alternate system in this political system, whether they can choose somebody else of their choice. That is the tragedy of Delhi. Delhi is a completely mess, I am telling you. They do not know. You see, you go into the rural Delhi, you will see what is happening with the farmers.
And the point is, normally, the problem is normally you would have a clear case of accountability if something goes wrong. But here, what happens in Delhi is for every issue, and my panelists will in private agree with me on every issue that comes down to the same old tactic of BJP ne ye kiya hai, Sarkar ne, Kendra ne wo kiya hai, aapne ne ye kiya hai. Anjali ji, let me then bring you at this point. If I'm a voter of Delhi, my honest reaction will it not be, and tell me how you will convince me otherwise without putting the blame on the others, that at the end of the day कुछ भी हो तो ये लोग अपने में blame pass कर लेते, चलो ठीक है केंद्र में तो सरकार अभी बदलने वाली है, let me bring in BJP at this point so at least I know who to blame exactly when things go wrong in Delhi. I don't have to get lost between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP whose responsibility it is. How will you counter that thought process?
Ritangshu, there are few issues on which we cannot work unless and until we get help from other people also, other parties also. For example, the issue of pollution. We have to have the help of Haryana government and other adjoining states also. And I'm happy to say, whether you are angry or what, but this is the latest report that tells that pollution in this year was the least after 2015. So efforts have been done. And since 2022, when we came in power in Punjab, stubble cases reduced from 71,000 to 8,404. And Shivraj
even that has been stopped. There was a report which came out as to how Punjab's farmers are evading NASA satellites, and that's how the figures have come down. There is gapla everywhere, Anjali ji. What are you saying?
No, but see, we need to have cooperation from other states also. There are like issues like Yamuna and pollution. In these issues, we need to have cooperation from other states also. From time to time, Haryana has been reprimanded for remitting
So
their
why shouldn't
pollutant,
the voter
industrial
of Delhi
pollutant.
get in someone with whom cooperation is guaranteed? That is exactly where the double engine promise is so attractive. Now you get in a state leadership which
No,
you
but
know will work
listen,
in sync with the
listen,
central leadership.
double engine government is working in 20 states. What have they done? Have they given all these facilities there also? Have they given 24/7 electricity in any of their states? Have they given free electricity, free water, free health facilities? Even now, when Melania Trump came to Gujarat and he wanted to see schools of India, Modi ji sent her to Delhi to see the schools of Delhi. Instead of showing
Okay.
schools in Gujarat, he sent her here. Why? So there are few things which have to be praised. You will admit in your heart that we have done quite a good things in health, education, and all other facilities, and at least providing basic facilities to the people and fulfilling the basic needs of the
Okay.
people of Delhi.
All right, Neoma Gupta ji, if I have to now be convinced about the need of a double engine sarkar, I know one engine driver is Modi ji. Can I find out who my other engine driver is? At one point it was Harshvardhan, then it was Virendra Goyal, then it was Manoj Tiwari, beech mein there was Kiran Bedi, then now it is Virendra Saxena. I mean, at the end of the day, I need my chief minister to be accountable to me. The BJP fails to give me an answer consistently as to who my chief minister will be. Forget that, it fails to even consistently put up as someone who's likely to be my next chief minister if the BJP wins.
So you will have your candidate very soon. And over here, BJP itself is symbolic in terms of progress and development, as I've already enunciated to you what all we've done in Delhi. And, this constant barrage, which I feel very bad when a neutral person comes on the debate and abuses every panelist representing a political party, it's not fair and it should be curtailed. When it comes to the healthcare, ma'am, I just want to shout out a couple of things to you. A Lok Nayak hospital complained that they didn't even have a basic such as bandages. When it comes to your education, you're constantly harping about how great it is. You had promised 500 schools. Under the RTI of 2022, only 63 schools was promised to be delivered. Kids are studying double shift. We are sitting in the capital of Delhi. Pollution, you were the ones who promised to bring down pollution to 1/3 level in the 2015 manifesto. Nothing has happened. Simple local problem, I'll tell you. Compared to last year, the incidence of open garbage fires were increased by 38%, causing significant pollution. Why couldn't you curtail that? You have the local engines under you in terms of the local authorities. You are the state government for the past 10 years. So your accountability is paramount and should be exceptionally transparent. When it comes to BJP, we have walked our talk in terms of delivery, even when it comes to these different schemes which are being announced at the nth minute, which I don't know how they are viable economically. We have done central schemes which are applicable to all. Let's take women, for
That's my
example.
point, Neoma ji. You have been outmaneuvered there also. You can't even now come up with a Ladki Bahin equivalent in Delhi because already you have the Mahila Samman of the Aam Aadmi Party and the Pyari Bahin of the Congress Party. So there is genuine grounds to show that the Delhi BJP's only tactic is to just come up with personal comments. And by the way, the last time we met, you had told me that Biduri ji is in sync with Modi ji's leadership, and we all saw the comments that came in the next 48 hours from Mr.
Can
Biduri.
I speak on that,
I mean, I'm not going to put you in a spot.
No.
Yeah, please go ahead because your party wasn't speaking. I want to know.
No, you need to allow me to speak. If you made a point, allow me to counter it. Biduri ji's development is in tune with Modi. When it comes to his negative remarks, please take it abundantly clear. BJP expects every Karyakarta and member to speak responsibly. And Ramesh Biduri ji has already expressed his regret, and this will not happen again, to my knowledge. Meanwhile, the day we spoke, it was progressive on the amount of development of roads, etc. is done. So please don't misunderstand my words or misconstrue my intentions. Secondly,
No, I'm not misconstruing your words. My point is that it is very convenient for the BJP to say that we agree with the candidate's development vision, but we don't agree with the candidate's respect which the candidate shows for women.
No, but he did.
Anyway, I get your point. I'm not interested. I'm not going to argue with her. I get your point, and we have heard your point out. I want to just ask Anjali Rai ji one last question before we move on. It's on Anjali ji, the X factor, and I'll also bring in Ishan also to quickly respond to that. The X factor, Anjali, is the Congress party, which is intent on giving you a tougher fight than probably you faced in several elections. Now, the point is, we saw it if we run the vote shares from 2013 to 2015, the BJP's vote share remained the same in 2013 from 2015. The entire Congress vote share went into the Aam Aadmi Party. So all your voters today are essentially people who at one point were voters of the Congress Party. If the Congress Party gets votes again, they will get those same people who were voting for you. Are you not worried of the Congress Party cutting into your vote bank?
Before answering your question, I would like to answer the question of BJP Bhakta. She was talking about our school.
No, Anjali ji, I would request you to please answer my question. Please. Please answer my question. We will give you enough time to respond to what the BJP spokesperson has been saying.
Actually, listen. I'm 100% sure that we are going to retain our a percentage of our voters, and we are going to get more seats than the last time. And I don't think that the Congress is going to do any better. So there's no question of discussing this topic in your show.
So you're saying that you don't think that Congress is going to do any better than zero, which is what they've done in the last two elections.
Yes,
Ishan, Tyagi, come in on that.
Ritangshu, you said is the Congress X factor. Yes, the Congress has been an X factor in the development of Delhi. We are the ones who built this Delhi. We have seen a Delhi where if an auto used to break down on the road, there used to be a long traffic jam. And now we see that the Delhi has again coming to that full circle of life where the traffic is at worst and the pollution is at worst. And let me tell you again a few things. And let me ask, first of all, my fellow spokesperson from the BJP, she's a woman herself, and it is very shameful that she is defending the words of Ramesh Biduri, and she should first apologize for what Ramesh Biduri has said for a couple of women. One from my party, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra ji, and another for the Delhi sitting CM Atishi ji. So she should apologize, and she should tell me whether the BJP leadership will reprimand him or penalize him for what he has been saying, because he's a repeat offender. But we have seen what he has said to
Ishan,
a
Tyagi,
person
all
from a
I'll
different
say
community
is that Mr. Biduri was trying to comment on what a statement which was once famously made by Lalu Prasad Yadav, and Lalu Prasad Yadav continues to be an ally of the Congress party. So let's be very clear about it. No party can really claim to be. No party can really claim to not have people who have made these comments at this point. Yeah, Anil Tyagi, go ahead. 10 seconds. Have the last word.
On the women,
he's already
Anil Tyagi, look, let Anil Tyagi respond. Anil Tyagi, last word to you, then I have to move on. I have another debate which I need to go to. Anil Tyagi, last word to you. I have to wrap up now.
Ritangshu ji, BJP is trapped in its game. Pravesh Verma, who should have been given the ticket from Mudka, who is a very strong candidate, is trapped just opposite to the Kejriwal. And this Biduri game. Biduri game has spoiled the whole thing. You see, I am telling you from the beginning, this is a choice between lesser evil. Delhiites have to think to whom will they want to live with the pollution and dirty water and dirty Yamuna.
Okay, Anil Tyagi, I'll tell you what, it's been 1 month, it's still about 27 days before people of Delhi cast their votes.
No, 8 major
I would like to
departments are being
believe,
ruled by
I'm
the
sorry I have
BJP.
to cut you short, but I would like to end the debate. I would like to believe that we can still have a positive campaign, and at the end of this campaign, people vote because of better alternatives, not because worse and less worse alternatives here. Ishan Tyagi, you said Congress is the X factor. There's a very thin line between X and EX. At the end of the day, if Sheila Dikshit was that popular, she wouldn't have been voted out and the Congress wouldn't have stayed out for power for 10 years at this point. Will hindsight be kinder to the Congress party? We'll find out in 2024. But thank you all for joining me, Ishan Tyagi ji, Neoma Gupta, Anjali Rai and Anil Tyagi ji. We will continue to have these debates for the next 4 weeks. But for now, it's time for a short break. More news and updates come up on the other side. Stay tuned.